Welcome back. Thomas DeLauer is a celebrity transformational expert whose YouTube videos have been viewed by millions. He started by transforming his own life 10 years ago. He was an overweight corporate executive before losing 100 pounds with intermittent fasting and a keto diet. Well, today, the popular trainer and nutritionist joining us with tips on how to stay in shape during the holidays. Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We're doing fantastic, and yes, most of us have gained a little bit, but you have to walk us through this incredible story when you were in the corporate world, fast-paced, and not living the healthiest life.
No, not at all. You know, just like many of us, here I was just focused on making money, focused on business, focused on providing for my family. And just like so many people in America, you put everyone else first, and then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you say, whoa, what the heck happened?
So was it your wife who said something to you and some of the doctors that you were working with, and you were starting to have inflammation, some other issues?
Yeah, you know, I was starting to struggle with pre-diabetes. I was starting to struggle with a bunch of brain fog. My joints were hurting. And it was so apparent because I was such an athlete in high school. So I was used to feeling good. But then all of a sudden, you know, here I was. I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, wait a minute. It hurts my hips to tie my shoes. I'm way too young for this. So then some of the physicians that I was working with certainly started making comments saying, you know, you're too young to really be in this condition. You're going down a wrong path here.
But for you, keto works. Is that right?
Keto is phenomenal. I mean, I lost 100 pounds with it, and I've kept it off for 10 years with keto.
What's it make you feel like? It triggers the brain to some extent, right?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the biggest piece, especially with what I do, much like you. I mean, I'm on film a lot, I'm on camera a lot, and being able to feel mentally alert, I feel so crisp and clear. It's like a fog gets lifted. That's the main reason I stick with it.
So I've looked at like 5 or 6 of your YouTube videos, and they're phenomenal, and like I'm hanging on every single word. You have one for beginners when it comes to keto, and you start with breakfast as your fattiest meal, right?
Correct. Yep.
And I saw where you had like 1 egg, but then you said throw out the white, but keep the yolk. And it's about, I mean, it's not that difficult to follow, right?
No, it's not at all. Yeah, with breakfast, I mean, you're throwing out the white or giving the dogs the white because it's still good protein, but we're wanting those good vitamin A. We want that vitamin D. We want that biotin that's coming in from the yolk.
But people still want their carbs. Can you incorporate?
You know, that's the thing is once you've been doing keto for, 60, 90 days, you can incorporate carbs now and then. Like, my wife and I have cheat meals 1 or 2 times a week where we still allow ourselves to have a little bit of, gluten-free bread or a little bit of gluten-free pasta. So you still get to, live, for lack of a better term, right?
So you've also been very honest about, you've had haters along the way. You've had people who did not subscribe because you talk about it, right?
Yep. Yeah, you certainly have to address it head on. I'm not a fan of just letting anything kind of just blow by you. And when you're standing up and you're taking a stance that's different from maybe even the typical mainstream that you might see on YouTube, you're going to have people that oppose what you do. But, I let the results speak for themselves. 10 years of losing 100 pounds and keeping it off, I think that motivates a lot of people, and that's who I focus on.
Well, I'm motivated by looking at the transformation you did, and I know you also incorporate exercise. So while we're homebound to some extent, gyms are closed, and so it's getting colder, so you're going to have to try to find your exercise indoor. What can you suggest?
The biggest piece, so many people think they have to have this super consolidated workout period, and it's so hard to carve out time for that. The first thing that I recommend is get your entire body moving, but get your entire body moving in short little spurts throughout the day. It's much more dynamic, it's much more natural, and you're gonna have a much more metabolic response out of it.
So give us an example.
Okay, an example would be, I've got some dumbbells behind me. So keep it simple. So just even some really easy, like these are 10, 15 pound dumbbells. You can go even lighter. Do things like squat thrusters. So you can't see my full body, but I'll kind of squat down and show you. So it's where you hold the dumbbells up like this, squat down, press up, squat down, press up. So I literally keep dumbbells by my desk. And what I'll do if throughout the day, I will just do full body movements like that. The idea is you're getting your entire core metabolism going. So you're moving your legs, you're moving your arms, you're moving your chest. You want to move as many body parts as you possibly can because we're after the metabolic shock, that metabolic drive. We're not necessarily looking for just isolating and toning one body part. We want to just rev up the metabolism.
So Thomas, where can people find you? I mean, I know you have a list of celebrities that you work with, but where can we follow you to try to look like you? Huh?
Yeah, the best place is always still just YouTube. I mean, I always channel people there because there's so much content there. But thomasdelauer.com is all if people need to catch up with me or need to send me a note or contact me in some way.
All right. Well, you're really an inspiration, and I mean, just to look at the transformation you did, and a superstar. Thanks for being on Good Day. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Take care.